What? Okay. Well, I'm live. Jeez. Jeez. Well, I just tried to do a lot of things, and none of it worked. I was trying to do a fancy stream today, and it didn't work. And I scheduled this one earlier, and I couldn't access it from my laptop where I had the fancy thing set up. So now I'm just on my phone, which is great and nobody cares. So let's move on. Let me just move. Let me get the laptop out of the way. Let me get settled here, okay? Just give me a moment. This is going to be a big deal. This live stream is the best one that I've ever done. I'll explain why later. I first have to come up with the reason why. I'm not exactly sure. But I do realize now, why did it, I don't want it this way. Let me just see. No. I started the stream in this portrait mode, and so now the phone is just like, no, you can't change that. You're stuck here. So we're stuck in portrait mode for this live stream. That's all right. Isn't that great? I think we all agree this is wonderful. I'm trying to figure out how to get my phone into the holder because it doesn't really work this way. This is okay. I think I know. I've got an idea. Oh, that won't work. This is what I'm trying to figure out. This is the live stream today. I hope you enjoy this. It's me figuring out how to use. Oh, maybe if I do this. Hold on one sec. I'm going to set you adorable you down right here. No, I can't because I'm plugged in. Hold on. Okay, right there. Just chill for a second. Great things are ahead. I just have to figure out how to do something. This is important. And maybe is not going to work too well, but it might work. Oh, it might work real well. What if you were right here? Do you like being right here? I'm talking to my phone, not you. All right, don't worry. We're going to get into some good things momentarily. But this is why live streams are terrible. Because, well, especially this one, because I wasn't prepared. This is going to work. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, God. You just fell. Just stay sturdy. Oh, man. If you're watching this, and you are, I apologize. This is the kind of quality content I hope you've come to expect from me. Okay. Does it really matter that I have it on this thing? No, it doesn't. So why am I working on it? Fussing over it? I don't know. Leave me alone about it. Okay. There. Dang it. All right, that's going to be good enough. This is the worst framing ever. Getting dizzy. Good Lord, you just fell over. Okay, forget this stupid thing. All right, forget it. Let's restart the live stream. Technically, this isn't supposed to start until 1. I mean, kind of. All right, let me see. There. Does that work? Does that make anyone happy? Can you hear me okay? The mic is now shoved down into the counter in front of me. Is that okay? You hear okay? Somebody in the back? Nothing? Can you hear anything? Nobody's saying anything. Can you hear anything? Anybody? I don't know. Oh, thumbs up. I guess it's fine. We'll call it good. Well, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, man. That was how many minutes? 3, almost 4 minutes of nonsense. I feel as though, when you do the live stream like this, it's okay to goof around, like try to set up the phones. Like, nobody cares. You guys are just hanging out here. It's going to be a swell time. But for anybody who watches later, nobody's going to watch this. Somebody's going to click play on this and be like, what is this interesting video? Oh, it's not. It's some guy playing with his phone for 5 minutes straight. All right, I'm going to take these off so I look way less educated, which is my true self. Hello. What should we do today? The problem I'm discovering now, I'm looking right at it, is my water bottle, like my water canister, is what's holding the phone up. So I can't get it. Even if I really need a drink, it's water. Take it easy. So let me go through some comments here. See what people are saying. By the way, trying something new here. Well, nobody's signed up for it yet. This is where, hold on. Let me just get through this real quick, okay? And then we'll get into the real stuff. Calm down. I just launched the members side of Suburban Pilgrims channel on YouTube. So now you can sign up to be a member and get access to content, videos that will only be for members. I'm working on one right now. But it's also going to let Lockabout. I was reading a comment while I was trying to speak, and my mind was trying to do both. And that was exceptional. That's real quality, real professionalism. But anyways, I'm going to start doing live streams with members only. So that'll be fun. I mean, it's kind of what this is now. It's a small group of us just hanging around the campfire without a campfire. But, you know, eventually, as it grows, it's going to be a good time. Okay, let me read through some of these comments, see if there's anything interesting. See if anybody said anything interesting at all. Getting dizzy, that's a good one. No one can hear anything. Wait, is that true? Are you screwing around? Can you hear? Hopefully you can hear. I don't know. The phone is down. The microphone is down. This isn't the way I wanted to do it, but that's life. Let's see. What do you think of the Sri Lanka debt crisis? I don't know anything about it. I apologize. Talk about Musk buying Twitter. Okay. I mean, I guess I could. That sounds boring. I don't want to talk about that. I like Elon Musk a lot, though, just so you know. In case, I mean, you were wondering, obviously. I like tobacco-free nicotine pouches. Well, that's good. What do you think about the fentanyl crisis? I don't. Was thinking about why don't the smoke shop have a Indian statue in front? Oh, yeah, no kidding. You know who does those still? Of all places and all companies, Disneyland. They still have, you know, on Main Street USA in Disneyland, when Walt built it in the good old days, it had a tobacco shop. And in front of that tobacco shop was an Indian. And that guy is still there, Indian statue, right out front of Main Street. I think if they ever got rid of it, people would die. I would. It'd be awful. We can hear you. Thank you, Omar. I'm not screwing around. I can't hear you. Johnny D, are you screwing around? Of course you are. Are you? Dear Lord. Pilgrim Fans memberships. You got that right. That's what we're doing. It's bugging me that you may not be able to hear this. I know it's stupid. This kind of stuff drives me crazy. The framing of this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fine. It's everything okay apart from portrait. Yeah, whatever. It's just the way it is. I'm taller today, so I needed the extra space, extra head space. Well, what's new? What's happening? Should Pelosi be able to take communion? No, of course not. That's so stupid. I totally agree with the decision to knock her out of there. Pelosi shouldn't be allowed in California or anywhere near, well, anybody, probably. Do you like, I don't know what you're saying, some kind of cigar? I don't know what they are, so I don't know. All right, you caught me, I can hear you. Well, thank you, Johnny D. You're an idiot. What do you think about Rocky Patel cigars? I've smoked quite a few of those, haven't I? Huh. And I don't remember what I think of them. So I guess they weren't very memorable. That's too bad. I remember the name. I think they're very popular, right? And I know I've smoked quite a few of them, but I just don't remember them standing out in any way as being good or bad. I think they were just like mediocre. Is that right? Who the heck knows? What happened to the Monica Lewinsky cigar? What are you talking about? Is that a real thing? This is what, well, you know, I don't know. If you enjoy this live content, then that's great. That's all that matters. But I'm constantly thinking about what this is. And is this something I would watch later? Probably not. I'm trying to figure out like a better use of the live chat. Maybe this is what it should be, just like chit chat. Maybe that's it. It seems like there should be something better, a better use of this, like more useful or entertaining or watchable after the live chat. But maybe not. Maybe this is just exactly what it should be. And if you watch this later, it's like, well, you should have joined the live chat. It's probably what it should be. I'm thinking a lot about YouTube lately, as you can tell. It's consuming a great deal of my mind, trying to, you know, do something more with it. Talk about another big name church organization caught covering up sexual abuse in the church. Okay, let's just get into it. Let's just do that. I feel like I don't want to talk about that. It's like too serious. Well, what music do you listen to? That's not a bad one. Oh man. Okay. It's a long conversation. This is going to take a long time because my music, for the most part, growing up, had been, as a kid, I listened to mainly movie soundtracks. John Williams, Jurassic Park in particular, Schindler's List. Big fan of John Williams. So music scores. Listened to all of those on my Walkman. I actually had a Jurassic Park cassette tape that I wore out because I listened to it so much. After that, I kind of got into, like everybody else, at a point in time. I think every person goes through a time where they're like, I like rap now. And I did that for about 3 months. That was about it. And then pop music and stuff for a while. Don't judge me. Nowadays, though, I really like folksy kind of music. Banjos, bluegrass, old country western music. Nothing new, except I do like Morgan Wallen, thanks to a good friend of mine who showed me Morgan Wallen. It's a connection that the two of us have, and we always play Morgan Wallen when we smoke cigars, the two of us. But outside of that, I love like 60s, 70s kind of country music. Hank Williams Jr., and still like classical. My son loves classical. And I listen to most music. I really love 1930s, 40s. I listen to a lot of different kinds of music, but it's usually folksy, guitar-y, like acoustic guitar kind of stuff. Campfire music I like a lot. Patrick he retracted a message, so I'm assuming it was very hurtful and hurt my heart. It hurt my heart that you retracted it. I wish I could have seen it. Start using StreamYard so you can bring a guest up. Oh, that's it. What? You can do that with StreamYard? I'm going to check that out. I'll probably forget. I will forget that you commented that after this, and I'll be like, what did something I could use? And that'll be the end of it. But I will try to look into that. Because I was actually today planning to live stream on YouTube and Instagram. And I was going to try TikTok too, but it all fell apart. And this is where we're at. This is what I have. You should check out Charlie Crockett if you haven't listened to him yet. Me and the fiance. Very cool. I care. It's cool. It's cool for you. That's just something. That's one of those things that you're supposed to say. If somebody says, "Oh, somebody passed away in my family," it could have been 10 years ago. You're supposed to say, "Oh, I'm sorry," which is stupid. I think doesn't really mean anything. And same thing, if you're like, oh, I'm getting married, you're supposed to say, oh, congratulations, that's great. You just say that. Do you really mean it? I mean, probably a little bit. Like, that is cool. It's great. You're having a baby, you're getting married. That's awesome for you. Congratulations. But does the person saying congratulations like me, do I really care? I don't know. I don't know who you are. You watch this channel, and I appreciate that tremendously. And in that way, we're best friends. But I don't know. There's some things that we do and say, right? Just in general, that are annoying to me. People do annoying things, and that's one of them, I suppose. Going to see him next month. I got to check out Charlie Crockett. Actually, somebody in a live stream 2 weeks ago had put oh, you got to check these people out. And I actually did it. I looked back in the comments after the live stream and found who they're talking about. And I don't remember who it was, the name of them, but I remember I did like the music. You know who it was? It was Willie Nelson's son, Billy Nelson. I don't know his name. It could be Billy. It's something Nelson, though. And when I first listened to him, I'm like, what the heck? So every track just has his dad singing? And then I realized, no, that's his son. He sounds just like Willie Nelson. I liked it quite a bit, so thank you for that. If you know anybody else who's in those categories that you think I'd like, send them in, won't you? Send them in. P.O. Box. Whatever. Please, if you can, recommend some bluegrass bands. Oh, man. Well, I really like... What's their real names? I always call them the Darlings, but they're not called the Darlings. They were a bluegrass band. Ooh, somebody know? Somebody who knows bluegrass? They were made popular, very popular, by the Andy Griffith Show in the late 1950s, early 60s. And I can't remember the name of their actual band. But they are actually brothers, and they played on the Andy Griffith Show all the time. They were called the Darlings on Andy Griffith. So that's kind of what got me into bluegrass. After that, I mean, there's no, like, with most of the music I listen to, almost all of it, I'm not like the kind of music listener where I'm like, I can list off a bunch of artists and tracks and albums. I just put on music. I have playlists. Like, this is where it gets weird for me. Well, you will think it's weird, probably. I listen to music because I want to create like an environment, a mood, if you will. Why wouldn't you? So like I think it's because of my love for movies. Like growing up, I wanted to be a director. I wanted to be Steven Spielberg. So then I went into like video world. I started making videos, and a big part of making videos and emotionally connecting with people is the music. It creates the mood that you want to have for your video. You can like kind of control, to some degree, manipulate people's emotions through the music. And so I do that when I listen to music based on the kind of day it is. If it's a gray, cloudy kind of day, or if it's a sunny day, or the type of time of year it is, or just the kind of mood I want to create in a specific space, like in our house. This is how crazy I get with music. Our house we're remodeling right now, we have 2 rooms from way back when. One room was built in 1802, I believe, or 1804, and one was 1806. And so that's what we're naming those 2 rooms. One's going to be like my smoking, cigar-y, tobacco pipe bourbon room, where I'm going to have a chessboard and comfortable chairs, and it's going to be amazing. No technology. Well, some technology. And the other room is we're making a dining room. Anyway, so I have playlists. I'm creating playlists for both of those rooms because I like to have moods and feeling. Like, is this stupid to you? Is this interesting? That's what I do with music. So anyways, that was a long answer for saying I don't really know many artists or anything. I just know like, oh, this music feels right for this time or space or whatever. Same thing when I'm out like working out. I don't listen to like energetic music. I'll listen to music that puts me in the mood I want to be in when I'm working out. If I want to be like more, okay, I could talk about this for a long time. Good Lord, look what you did for me. Okay, let's see. Let's get back to you. It's really about you here. Let's see. Thoughts on hipsters. Oh, that's a good one. I might come back to that one. You lost a bit the focus. Why don't you go back to the nice pipe and tobacco and spirits videos? Oh, I talked about this in some video recently, and a couple of reasons. One is that I guess I'll start with the personal and then the practical. The personal side is because the tobacco and bourbon and cigar videos are interests of mine. Tobacco pipes, cigars, bourbons are interests of mine. I enjoy them, but it's more of just kind of a casual hobby. And people seem to like those videos on YouTube, so I kept doing them, like trying to grow the channel through those. But I'm not like passionate about any of those things. They're just things that I was like, I don't know, people like this stuff, so I'll keep doing it. And I like this stuff, so it was fine. But it wasn't anything I really cared deeply about. And so the stuff I'm doing now with the channel is so in line with what I actually care deeply about, which is how I mean it's tied to a lot of things, but it kind of comes down to the way men are today in America, I think is really bad in a lot of ways. And I was totally that way. I was what drives me crazy about men today. And so I've been trying to work on myself and change myself. And so that journey that I've been on and what I've been learning through that, I'm just like, that's what I'm passionate about. So that's what I'm sharing on YouTube. Now, that's the personal. The practical side is that YouTube hates any kind of bourbon or tobacco related videos. And they've actually deleted at least one of my videos, and other channels that are a lot bigger than mine that focus on those types of content have been shut down entirely. So I'm like, I need to get away. I knew I needed to get away from that kind of content if I really wanted to grow YouTube. And so it just made sense to go into the stuff that actually matters to me, which is the Dillards. That's exactly it. Somebody knows their bluegrass. The Dillards were on Andy Griffith as the Darlings. Okay, let's see. How much is too much for a cigar? What's the most expensive cigar you've ever smoked? I think there are cigars that are too expensive, and they're just the ones that you can't afford. If you can't afford the cigar, then it's too expensive and probably not worth it. Just get one you can afford. If you can afford a stupidly priced cigar, like, why not? I don't think it matters. So the most expensive one I've ever smoked, I think, was like $40. I didn't buy it. I didn't pay for it. Somebody sent it to me. I don't know how much cigars go for. Like, how much is the most, maybe not the most expensive single cigar, but what is like, I don't know this. Maybe you guys know this. What is how high do single cigars go? Normally you go into a cigar shop and you'll find cigars, 20, $30. That seems to be about like the top, which is a lot for a single cigar. But do they go way higher? Is it like, oh no, I know some of you are in different parts of the world and cigars there are way more expensive than they are here. So I don't know. Too much is what you can't afford or shouldn't afford, like that's a stupid amount to spend for a cigar. Because there's so many cigars that are cheap that are delicious. So I don't think it matters. It makes my fiance feel good and important when I introduce herself as so. Oh, that's so, I love that. Oh, I love that. I know she would be upset if I continue to call her my girlfriend. Heck yeah. You better call her your fiance then. Was Drive Angry Nick Cage's movie most underrated film? Oh, what was Drive Angry? Oh, that's a movie? Drive Angry. I don't even know what Drive Angry is. Was Drive Angry Nick Cage's most underrated film? I mean, you tell me. I've never even heard of that movie. I think most of Nicolas Cage's movies are his worst films. I don't know. Like, does anybody watching this ever in the future, whoever watches this, love Nick Cage and his movies? You're just like, yeah, this guy's got it figured out. I don't know. Maybe. Would you be why can't I read this? You could be remembered for one thing. Oh, if you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be? Oh, dang. That's such a good one. I know it exactly. I was it was my birthday. It was my birthday a few years ago. And we were at Disneyland with some family. And we were all sitting around, family and friends, quite a few of us, probably 20 or so. And one of the people there stood up and gave a little speech on my behalf, which I really appreciated. They just said some kind things. And the one thing they said that stood out to me as the thing I was like, oh man, I love that they said that. And I hope that that is what I'm remembered for, is he called me a true family man. And that was like, hit me in the gizzard. Is that what you say? Nope. But that meant a lot to me. And still does. That is what I want to remember for, is that I cared, loved, appreciated, and did everything I could to better myself for my family. That would be the best thing. Are man buns an acceptable hairstyle for millennials? I think they're acceptable for anybody. Here's the thing with man buns. Like today, culturally, they sort of mean something different than they have in the past, but man buns have been a thing for men for a long time. Watch the movie Braveheart. There's a lot of man buns in that movie. Like, men have had, I wasn't in them, but I think in history, you'll find a lot of representations, a lot of man buns, men with longer hair who were very typically masculine men. It's just, I guess today they get wrapped up into, a guy who sits and drinks coffee all day, just hangs around the coffee shop and listens to hipster music. But I had a man bun for a while, actually. You can find him in some of the old videos. I say, as long as you have hair when you're younger, like just do whatever you want with it. Who the heck cares? Grow it out, cut it off. Well, don't cut it off, because eventually, if you're like me, it's going to go away. So just have fun with your hair. Just have fun. That's what I say. That is stupid. Who the heck cares what I think of hair? Hair! What kind of church do you go to? I don't go to any typical church, traditional church. We sort of do our own. It's a long story. My thoughts on church. I could literally talk for hours about church. There's a lot of reasons I don't go to church, and my son does pretty much every Sunday. But it was something that I like. I'll just say this, which was really weird. I was a youth pastor for quite a while, and I had parents who would come to me because their kids didn't want to go to church, and it really concerned them as parents, and they were just like, what do we do about it? And I remember thinking, you shouldn't push your kids into church because they're probably going to hate it more, is what I'd tell them. But I would think in the back of my mind, like, man, when my kids are older, when they can make the choice kind of whether they want to go to church or not, there won't be a choice. They won't even, I won't even have to tell them because they're just going to love it so much. And now we're in a place where my son he likes to go to church. He wants to. And we've had conversations with him that are kind of the opposite. Like, hey, here's our thoughts on church and why we don't go, and the things I think you need to be careful of in church. And it's just so weird. We're in such a different place. So anyways, we don't go as a family, but it's a long story. I'll do a video on it. I know I keep saying that. I actually, didn't I do a video? Oh, I did kind of a video on church. I'll do a video on my whole church experience. Actually, I think I filmed one. Pretty sure I filmed it. I just haven't edited it and uploaded it yet. Let's see, what else? Hello from the Netherlands. Well, hello, Dirk. Dirk's a pretty strong name. I like that name. Because it's like, and I don't mean this in an offensive way, and I may not even be pronouncing your name right, but it reminds me of dirt. Again, I don't mean that as in a bad way. Like dirt, when you think about it, dirt is quite important to everybody living on Earth. Like dirt, literally, the moving of dirt, the digging through dirt, we're all on dirt. You know, like it's dirt grows things. Like dirt is foundational, and so your name is like rooted into like that's a pretty strong name, I'd say. Anyways, what else do we have? Anything else good? Doesn't look like it. You guys are all posting stupid things. Liga Privada cigars are my favorite, usually around $14 each. Who cares? This is about me, not about you. All right? Just make it about me. Not that he's a great actor, but Nick Cage movies are like amusement park rides. Fun while you're on it. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. I dig the idea of manliness content. What are some video topics we can expect? Well, Walt, dang, your name's Walt. That's amazing. Because Walt Disney is one of my favorite people. So I'm going to keep doing a lot of, basically what I'm doing is just everything I'm learning as I'm going through, especially 75 Hard. The thing with 75 Hard that I've appreciated the most is the reading every day. And I have read quite a few books that have just taught me so much. So I'm planning to do a lot of videos about some of the content, some of the things I've learned from some of these books. One of them is right here. Will it be reversed for you? I've done some of the stuff in here. It's very short, this book, but I've read some other like real books that have just taught me a ton. So topics about that, like this path toward becoming the man that I want to be for my family, for my wife, for my kids. And one of the things I've learned is Core 4. I don't know if it is from, I keep bringing this book up like it's the best book. It is wonderful, but it's not the only one I've read. But in this book, you learn about the Core 4, which break down into 4 aspects of your life that are pretty much encompass, not pretty much, do encompass your entire life. It has to do, basically, I don't want to go into the whole thing here, but everything I'm going to talk about comes out of these Core 4, which is relationships with your family, your work, like how you earn money, your physical body, and your mind, and improving all of those things. So really all the content will somehow attach to one of those 4 things. But I do plan, let me put this out there. So if you haven't heard yet, it's very important that you have. I activated, launched, did whatever you want to call it. There's a now, boy, let me say that again. That whole thing was just terrible. This would be, if I could edit this video, this would be take 2. I have a membership side to Suburban Pilgrims on YouTube now. You can just go to the channel and become a member. So the members, if you decide to become a member, you have to pay me money for this, okay? This content isn't free. But I'm gonna have members only videos. Those videos I'm gonna get a lot more in depth and honest and just real about my thoughts on a lot of things. So it's not the kind of content I'm gonna put out for everybody. The kind of content, I'm still gonna do the same amount of content that I have been, same amount of videos, same type of videos. But I'm saving, like, I guess, not the juiciest stuff, but just the stuff that I'm the most passionate about, that I just kind of want to rant about and, talk more real about, will be only on the member side. Because I feel like those of you who maybe become members are the ones who, want to hear that stuff the most, or we're probably the most aligned. And anyways, and also those of you who have joined my Patreon, which I appreciate immensely. If you're a Patreon supporter, the videos that I'm going to be putting out for the members will go to Patreon also. So either way, any way you want to give me your money, I have so many ways. Look at that. Look at that. Get Zugged just sent me $2, making him my favorite person right now, by far. And so I'm gonna go over his question. How do you feel about weed? Oh dang, you ever tried a vaporizer? Yes, like a vape, like one of those. This is how idiot I am. Good Lord. a vape, right? Like one of those pens that you like. If that's what you're talking about, then yes. A friend of mine in California had one, and I tried it, and I totally get why people are so addicted to it. That was the thing. I'm like, oh, you get like kind of a heady high, and it's just like, oh. So for people who like that feeling, like I get it. It was like, wow, okay, you could totally get hooked on this. But from my perspective, I was just like, I didn't love it. Wasn't really something I was into. So that was kind of it. I think that's what you're talking about. Let me know if I got that wrong. Let's see. I'm gonna read more. Let's read more. Sounds like this idea of Core 4 should be a video. Oh, heck yeah, it should be. That's one of the videos I have planned, is just explaining Core 4 and how it's impacted my life, how I've implemented it into my life, what that meant, and yeah, for sure. Once blind said, I should say that so you can understand me. Being a fan of Walt Disney, what's your take on the Disney obviously pushing the mainstream agenda? So this is my thought on it. I am a huge fan of Walt Disney and everything Walt Disney created, especially in his early days. Huge fan. I think you can learn a ton from Walt Disney. But Disney of today and Walt Disney's Disney are so two different drastically different things that you can't even put them in the same ballpark. So we still go to Disneyland as a family, but it's because Walt built so much at Disneyland that you can still see from him. So there's like hints of what Disney used to be, even though there's a whole lot that just gets my blood boiling. But so that's that. Have you ever read Marcus? Oh, how do you say his last name? Marcus Aurelius. Did I say that right? Marcus Aurelius Meditations. No. Should I? Tell me more. Stay in your spot. Jim Johnson said, when considering your time smoking, what is the breakdown percentage of time with a cigar and your pipes? Have you noticed any health changes? I would say the percentage of time, I probably actually smoke cigars more often just because they're easier. You know, like you don't have to spend the time with, like a pipe requires more attention. So a pipe, when I smoke a pipe, it's a lot more specific. That's not the word I'm trying to use. Whatever. When I smoke a pipe, it's usually with somebody else and we're smoking pipes. I don't usually just go outside and smoke pipes, but a cigar, they're so quick and easy, kind of quick and easy in that you can just like cut it, light it, and you're going, and you don't have to sit there and relight it. So I'll usually smoke a cigar if like there's a group of us sitting outside, but no, I'll smoke one even if no one else is smoking them, as long as they don't mind, because my wife enjoys them as well, pipes and cigars. Anyway, so probably cigars more. And then what else did you say? Something else? Have you noticed any health changes? The only health changes I've noticed is just a smoking a cigar or a pipe mentally in my mind is helpful. It's so relaxing, not just relaxing, but it also, especially with a tobacco pipe, it requires so much care and focused attention that it's a nice way to get your brain to stop going in that vicious cycle of like worry and concern or stress or just there's so much I have going on today, and to just like relax and slow things down, which I think is very helpful. So if any health changes, they've been positive. No, a dry herb vaporizer, like a Mighty or a Volcano. I don't even know what that is. I apologize. Get Zucked sent me money too, so I take your comment very seriously. Dry herb vaporizer, like a Mighty. I don't know what that is. Tell me more, and I'll let you know. Maybe I have. It's possible that I have, and I just am like, oh, one of those things. I just don't know what a Mighty or a Volcano is. Show feet equals take my money. I don't know what that means, but I think it's good. I have no idea. Show feet equals take my money. Explain more. You should make tech/AI/robot videos. No, you should. I would like to watch those. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd hate to watch those. I don't know. And you should try boxing because you are so rugged and masculine. Yeah, I should. I am a natural boxer. Yep. That leaked video of Disney execs talking about their agenda was wild. Yeah, I didn't watch the video. I didn't see it. Not because I didn't want to. I heard what the video was about, and that was enough. I didn't feel like I needed to watch it, but I probably should. I'd be interested. Don't give Fisney your money in any shape or form, in my humble opinion. No, that's not in my humble opinion. IMAO? What is that? Why don't I know anything? Just torrent their old movies. Yeah, here's the problem with that. This is because we talked about that as a family when all of the crazy Disney stuff came out. Like, there was a new movie. Listen, this is just my own personal thoughts here, okay? There was a Pixar movie coming out. I'm a big fan of Pixar. Well, same thing. Early Pixar, John Lasseter days. John Lasseter was and is still, I think, like modern day Walt Disney. Our generation's Walt Disney. Think of him what you will. But I still think he is. Anyways, so early Pixar, I was a huge fan. And so they're coming out with this movie, this Buzz Lightyear movie, which we were like excited. It looked like the kind of movie that didn't have an agenda. It was just like an old-fashioned Pixar movie. Wasn't trying to preach anything. And then we found out that they added at least a scene, a character that we were just like, come on, why? It just drove us crazy. And at that point we were like, okay, should we be done? Should we just not give any more money to Disney? And then my daughter, who is way smarter than me, I say that like, yeah, okay, your daughter's way smarter. She legitimately is. And just thinks of things way better than I do. And she made the point. She was like, if you're going to go that route of like, we're not giving money to this company anymore because of, their agenda and what they're pushing doesn't align with my own. You have to, then you have to stop giving your money to almost every company. You have to be done with Amazon. You have to be done with Target, Starbucks. Oh my, she would know all of them. It's pretty much all of them. Like, and that's fine if you want to go that route. But most people, including myself, I don't think I would go that extreme. Not because I don't think it's worth it, but because there's so many. I don't think that impact is going to do anything. I don't think Disney one day, I don't even think maybe there are. But if you could get everybody who's like-minded to stop giving money to those organizations, I'm not sure that they would care, because it's so much of their messaging, like Nike, Adidas, so much of their messaging is almost telling people who are like-minded, and probably all of you, I think, are like-minded like me, telling right-minded people that we don't want your business. We just don't want it. Airbnb, Verbo, all of them that we all use. So if you're going to boycott one, it seems stupid. Like, then boycott them all. Like, why would you give your money to one company but not another? Like, they're all in the same boat, the same camp. But my point is, even if we all did that, I don't think it would make enough of a difference to change the company's direction, is my point. I think there's other things we could do that are more helpful to further the cause, if you will, than just boycotting. Anyways, maybe I'm wrong. That was just that was why I'm like, I'm still going to Disneyland, at least for now. Whatever. Let's see. Any plans to grow food or anything on the new property? Yep. I've said that before. I've said it before, okay? I've talked about it before. Yes. Sorry. I just don't want to read that one anymore. It's also, I know you don't realize this because you don't know the temperature in this trailer. There's a trailer I'm in right now while we renovate this house out here in Blackburn. But it's stinking hot in here. I've turned the AC off, because it's loud. But it is now at the point where it's getting feverishly warm, and I may need to turn it back on. I just thought you should know that. Let's see. Anything else interesting you guys said? Let's see. Also, how much of a cigar do you smoke / end up wasting? It depends on the cigar. I stop smoking the cigar when I'm done. Even if there's that much left, I'll just be like, I'm done. Like, I feel like I shouldn't waste it. There is that, like, I'm like, what am I doing? I shouldn't throw this thing away. But I'm also like, I smoked this for the enjoyment of it, and that moment's passed. So I don't know. It depends on the cigar, how good it is, how large it is, and all of that. It's a stark contrast to a pipe, where I assume you don't waste any. I waste pipe tobacco too. Same thing. You know what I've noticed with, you can smoke a bowl of pipe tobacco, and it can last a heck of a long time. So often when I go to dump my bowl, because I'm like, oh, I've smoked it all up, there's a ton of good tobacco at the bottom. So I'll reuse that as much as I can, but it'll go for a long time, sometimes longer than I want to smoke it. I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I want to go do something else. So it just depends, I guess, on how big the bowl is. How big's your bowl? Let's see here. Walt Longmore. That's such a good name, and I can barely see your like profile picture. Your, what do they call that? I don't even know. I can see a photo of you in a cowboy hat, and it looks really cool. Walt Longmire. What a that is. If you want a cowboy name, that is a cowboy name. That is a strong like Walt Longmire. That's a killer name. He said, I live in Colorado and have moved away from cigars, but puff on organic hemp CBD flower for fun now. Super cheap and way more tasty than tobacco. Interesting. I've never tried just like CBD flower hemp. Interesting. I'll give it a go. You look like Nick Cage if he had a beard. I don't know. To take that. Walt said, oh, any plans? Yeah, I already read that one. Okay. Oh, what else? You should make a series building your own log cabin with the fam. That was kind of the plan with the Blackburn channel. I mean, that's basically what we're doing. And part of the house is an 1802 or 1804 log cabin. But it's too much. It was taking too much time. Just got to watch the time here. I'm doing fine. How are you doing? I don't care. When you ask somebody, just a quick question, you can let me know in the comments. In the store, I tend to be, everybody has their default greeting. It's like, hey, how you doing? Cool people say like, oh, what's up? Right? Like, just like in the grocery store, just some random person like, oh, hey, what is your default greeting? And if it is like so many people's like, how you doing? Do you ever care? I'm not saying that judgmentally. Do you ever care about that? I'm saying like, I know there are few people who genuinely care. And they'll like ask somebody in a genuine way, like, how are you doing? And spark up a conversation that goes somewhere deep. But most people, including myself, I say it and I realize I don't mean that at all. Especially coming to Tennessee from California where I'm not used to having just random conversations with people. Because I'm still in that busy mode of just like, give me my coffee, get me through this check stand. I got places to go. Even if I don't, I'm just in that mindset. But in Tennessee, it's a slow pace. People like to talk, which I love that, but I'm just not used to it yet. So when I say, how you doing in Tennessee, a lot of times people will tell you. And I'm often like, dang, I got to stop saying that because I really don't want to know. I don't care. Is that okay? Is that bad? Should we care? I don't know. It's another video. Hello from Tennessee. Welcome to the state. Well, thank you, Troy Whitman. What city do you guys live in? I live in Lebanon. We live out in the middle of nowhere, so there's not really a city nearby. The closest town of any decent size is Columbia. Columbia, Tennessee is nearish where we live, but we're still a ways out from that area. Let's see. I'm hand-picking these comments to see if there's anything really wonderful, anything great. Have you studied the philosophy of Rudyard? I can't say his name, so clearly not. No. Should I? Tell me more about him. Tell me more about how do you say that? Rudyard? Rudyard or Rud? It's got to be Rudyard. Rudyard. I don't know how to pronounce that. What do you think about the millennial work ethic? Good Lord. I have thoughts. It's just, you ever get into a time of day, especially this time of day when I do this video, and your brain's just kind of like, I don't want to. Because I start my days pretty early most of the time. So I've been working for a while already. And most of the work I do is like so many people today. It's not a physical job. It's a thinking kind of job to some degree. It's like you're thinking more than you are doing anything physically active. And so I get to a point usually in the afternoon where I'm like, I need to go move and do something. And my brain's just like shutting down. So some of these questions are really good. Like, that's a good question. I mean, it'd be a good topic. My brain's like, I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it. So I'm not going to. But it might be a good video. That's the thing I want to start being better at, is going through the comments, especially in these live videos, and picking out some of what you are asking, you fellow, not you. You ask the stupidest questions, but you ask some good ones. And so I want to go through and, pick some out and make some videos out of them or something. What Christmas song do you hate the most? Whoa. Patrick, the way that you ask that question makes me feel like you assume people hate Christmas and Christmas music. I am the opposite. I don't know if there's a single Christmas song that I hate the worst. Like there's a list of songs, Christmas songs I hate the worst. I absolutely love Christmas music, so get the heck out of here. You don't belong here. Unless you do the super chat, then you absolutely belong here and you're better than everybody else. Do you hate Christmas songs, Patrick? If so, we've got to work on that. I have a pipe. I used to smoke the rest of my cigar buds. Huh? Did I read that wrong? Johnny D. I have a pipe. I used to smoke the rest of my cigar buds. I think I know what you're saying. Okay. So you would break up the like a dried out cigar. You'd break it up into the pipe and smoke it. I have thought about doing that. I've never done it. Is that a thing? Is it good? I want to try it. I want to do a video with me trying it. I think it'd be interesting. Maybe a short. I don't know. Hello from Arizona. Well, hi, Drew Down. How's Arizona? I like Arizona. Did you need to know that? No. Nobody cares. Oh, where is the video about Arabic doka you promised? Oh, yeah. That's right. Here's the thing. I tried that stuff and I didn't like it. Should I say that? Probably not. It's not that it was bad or anything. It's just, it would kind of remind me of that like vape pen thing. And I was just like, I don't love it. So I didn't want to do a video where I was like, yeah, I didn't really like this. I thought that's kind of rude. So, and YouTube, man, anything that somebody like sends me, like, not that this happens a lot, but a few times, like different companies or whatever have sent like cigars or something to try. And they're like, hey, will you tell them about our cigar club or whatever? Every time, those are the videos that YouTube's like, no, like YouTube literally deleted. I did a video for some cigar club a while back and they deleted it. They were like, no more of these. So I can't like promote anything like that, cigar related or bourbon related, because YouTube's stupid. Let's see. I definitely relate to the mental health benefits of smoking cigars and tobacco pipes. There is something in the ritual and cadence of a pipe that I don't get with a cigar. Absolutely. I typically smoke a pipe by myself and cigars occasionally. Oh, socially. All right. Thank you, Jim Johnson. Wonderfully. Well written. It was poorly read. Hey, from Serbia. Wow. It's so weird how people it's bizarre. Technology is nutty. Let's see. Columbia, Tennessee is the home of Briarworks Pipes. Yeah, it is. They have a pipe festival once a year. And oh, no kidding. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been to a shop in Franklin, Tennessee, but there's a shop that sells their pipes, and I would like to know more about them. I think that's really cool. See, that's a video I could probably do. Go and show. Who cares? Would that be interesting? I don't know. Maybe. I care when greeting. Texan here. Oh, hello, Johnny Texan. And we'll chat with anyone or respect others not wanting to talk. See, that's the way to do it. I like that. Talk to anyone who wants to talk. That's great because you're friendly. But there's some people who just don't want to talk. And I found I'm one of them, generally. Not that I'm rude. I try to be friendly and nice to everybody. But there's just times, especially when I'm out and about and doing things, I just want to get the tasks done. And so I have ran into some people who are very friendly. No problem of their own. In fact, they're better people than I am. I would wager a bet. But I try to show them in the politest way possible that I'm not interested in talking right now. How do you do that friendly though? I just try to I'll try to do the social cues of well, hey, it was good talking. I gotta what time is those kind of things. And there's some people that just do not pick up on them or ignore them because they're nope, we're talking now for a long time and you're gonna hear a lot of stories. And those people, very friendly, but I'm I appreciate that you respect people that are they'd rather go do something else right now. All right. The Patrick dude is baiting you. Oh, Patrick is? Wait, why? Where? How? Baiting me? Why did I say it like that? I don't know. You can combine a pipe and a cigar by is that what you're talking about? Is that how he's baiting me? I don't know. Exactly what I do, Patrick. Patrick's on fire. Whew. So am I. Dang, it's hot. Should I turn the air on? I'm going to turn the air on. You just let me know. Somebody just say hey, it's too loud. Deal with the heat. And I will. I will do that for you. There it is. What do you think? Is it bad? Let's see here. Elliot Hall said, I'm behind enemy lines in Northern California. Where are you, Northern California? Working on my chicken coop. Got off a 48-hour shift this morning. Oh, firefighter. Well, that's amazing. Lots of... I don't know what to say. So here's the thing. Whenever somebody works in the field like that, they're a firefighter, they work in law enforcement, they're in, of course, the military, I truly, honestly have so much respect for people, folks in those lines of work. But so when I find somebody who like works in that line of work, is it annoying to those people, to you, Elliot Hall? Like, what do you say? Like, I want you to know that I appreciate your work, but I know like it's also too. I could talk about this for a long time. I know it's annoying to a lot of people because like it's a job like anything else. It's just a job. Leave me alone. Quit calling me. Quit saying thanks for your service or whatever. But I do appreciate that. So should I just leave it alone? Should I say something? Is that nice? Is it annoying? I'm curious about that. Johnny D 48/96 is a blessing. Great for project work. I don't know what that is. Oh, 48/96 means no days off. Oh, how did Elliot knew that I was an idiot? Didn't know what that meant. So what does that mean? It's 48 hours on, 96 off? Interesting. And you, great project work? I don't know. I'm not in that world, so I don't understand. Are you interested in coffee or tea, and which ones do you pair up with pipe tobacco? No. I like sweet tea, because I grew up on it. And some teas, I don't like hate teas, but like my daughter and actually all of my kids and wife really like teas, but I'm not really into them that much. And what else did you say? I don't know, I lost your comment, sorry. What exactly do you do for work besides your YouTube and tobacco? Well, YouTube and tobacco, they definitely, I don't do them for work. Not yet, I'm working on it though. I edit videos for places. People, products, and things. That's the slogan I used to have. Creating video content for people, products, and ideas. That's what it was. Not things, it was ideas. Anyways, that's still what I do. I make videos for people. And for YouTube, I make them for myself. Let's see, what else? I build my own pipe. Did you build your own pipe? I want my own pipe. Let's see. How are we doing on time? We've still got time. Sorry, everyone. This is going to go for a while. His question, if honestly answered, can get your live stream shut down. Whose question? I missed a question. Let's see. Elliot Hall, firefighter, said, we appreciate you, my dude. Aw, you sweetheart. Internet seems more scary than a burning building. Yeah, you're probably right about that. So stupid. It's true though. Jordan Weaver, he just said, I've always wanted to do radio broadcast work. Oh, me too. And I did for a while. So, there. My bachelor's degree 10 years ago in radio experience didn't get me far. I guess I have Asperger's/autism, makes life seem difficult. That's interesting. In what way? I'd be interested to know more. Interesting? I'd be interested. Would you be interested in pipe making? Maybe. I bought one of those cheap, like, it's a pipe you can buy on Amazon, but it's just a block of wood on one end with the stem and the it's so you carve it. It's just ready for carving, and I did enjoy that a lot. I love carving things. I think that's entertaining. I don't know what you mean, like build your own pipe, like from scratch. I don't know, maybe. I think it's one of those things that, in theory, like the idea of it is like, yeah, that sounds amazing, but it's something that I probably won't. Maybe I'll do it one day, but it's not something I'm like going after. Like, no, I really want to do this. Like for me, I want to fly. It sounds so stupid. I want to get my pilot's license. It's something I've wanted to do for most of my life. And it's something that I will do one day. I mean, assuming I don't die tomorrow. But so it's something, there's things in our life that we're like, I would love to do that. But we say that, but we're not really. Like it's something we aren't really that interested in doing. It's just the idea of it seems great. So I think making my own pipe is probably in that category. Like it seems cool. Like, yeah, maybe I would if like the opportunity presented itself somehow and it was easy enough, but it's not something I would like go out and do. I spent way too much time on that, so I apologize. Let's see, what else? Let's see, Johnny D. Smithson. Oh, hold on now. I got a reminder here. I got to turn off. Johnny D said, it's awkward to be thanked for the service. That's interesting, but it is nice. Stupid thing. So it's all good. EMS, non-firefighter. Interesting. I could see it be annoying or kind of weird or just like, leave me alone. Because I'm the kind of person myself who just, in general, I'm just like, I just want to be left alone. Like, if I'm just out, I'm not saying like, there's so many people that come up to me all the time because I'm so famous. That's not what I'm saying. I just mean, in general, like if I see somebody in the store that I kind of know, not that well, I'll avoid them. But that's just what I do. I'll just like, I'd rather not get into some stupid like conversation like, hey buddy, how you doing? And then just, so I could see if you were like worked in some kind of like an area of work where people feel obliged to thank you for it, it would be kind of annoying where you just be like, hey, just leave me alone, I just want to go through the store. I would be that way, I think, so that makes sense. I'm never going to thank anybody in service again. I did just complete my CDL class. Oh, that's awesome. Boy, tell you what, I got obsessed for a while, still am, obsessed with hot shot truck driving. It was something I wanted to do so bad, just to do it, like, just because I wanted to be a hot shotter. I wanted to know how to tie down loads. I wanted to drive my truck that we had, that we don't have anymore. I'm getting another one, by the way, at some point. But anyways, I wanted to like actually pull loads, you know, like use the truck. And that just seemed like such a cool lifestyle. So that's interesting. What are you gonna do with your CDL? What are you gonna drive? That's awesome. My dad was a truck driver for my entire life. He drove local routes, so he was home every night, but I spent a lot of time in this truck. I enjoy that lifestyle. I think it's pretty cool. Of course, let's see. So he said, we're getting back to, we're talking about this trucking thing here for a while, okay? I did just complete my CDL Class A course, so I think I am going to give over-the-road trucking a shot. Interesting. Seems exciting and terrifying, so prayers would be appreciated. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, tell me more. Pretty good. Bruno. Hey, your name is Bruno? That's a cool name. That's not a name you hear very often. Like, it's a name everybody knows, but like, how many people do you know whose name is actually Bruno? I don't know anybody anyways. It's a cool name. Do Tupperware containers with Boveda, what is that? Pack work well enough as a humidor? Oh, those are those little humidor packs? What do you guys do to store your cigars? I'll tell you what I do. I moved to Tennessee, so you don't need to do anything because the humidity here. The humidity is probably overly humid for cigars. You have to like dehumidify your humidor in Tennessee. But in California, all I would do is just get, what did I use? I used a sponge. I would just get like a sponge, just like for cleaning dishes, you know, wet it down and stick it in the humidor, and then I would just watch the humidity levels, and it would keep it right about where it should be until it would slowly dry out, and then I just wet it down again. So that's what I did. Thoughts on Amber Heard? I think, oh man, my son, he's a pretty big conspiracy theorist, and he's like, this is all happening because the government is trying to get our attention elsewhere, so we're not focused on other things that are going on. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I will say it's hard. It's kind of like saying, you know, the expression everyone uses of watching a car crash. You know, it's like, it's really disturbing, but you also can't take your eyes off of it. I'm not really into it that much, but it is entertaining to watch little clips from it. Oh, I have 5 minutes left. Let's see. Also greatly appreciate your family/personal man codex videos you put out. Thank you. Appreciate it. I discussed a lot of them with my woman. What, does she know you call her your woman? And we agree on so many points you make. I also mentioned to her that I'm totally, cut off. That's cool. Thank you. Mentioned that I'm totally you in 10 years. I didn't see the last part. I don't think that's a good thing. You better watch it. How do you plan to handle the dreaded tobacco worm? I don't know anything about the tobacco worm. Tell me more if I need to know. What's your favorite tobacco for your tobacco pipe? Everybody always asks that. Everybody always asks that, and it's so annoying. Good Lord, I feel like I'm such a spoiled little idiot. I don't have one. I feel like literally every live video I've answered that, I think, so I just don't really have one. Yeah, Omar, why would you ask something that I've already been asked, dang it? You've ruined everything, you've ruined the whole show. I'm kidding. It's a fabulous question. I'm just in a tired mood. I'm just mentally, so I'm being a jerk, that's all. Let's see. It's just a term we use in Serbia. My woman. Oh, you said my woman. Oh, I don't. You can call her your woman. I call my wife all kinds of things that I probably shouldn't, but she thinks it's funny. So you call her whatever you want. Well, just depending on what kind of trouble you want to get in. She is independent and free to do as she chooses. That's fantastic. That's it. That's about the time. Well, 4 more minutes. Okay. I'm just waiting for something entertaining. Somebody post something entertaining now. I'll deem it as entertaining. You don't get a choice in that. I'll just decide what is entertaining. Brian Church said, personally, I have a humidor. Nobody cares, Brian. Nobody cares about your humidor. And for two fedoras, I don't know what that is, and no one cares. The Tupperware, but I continue to read your comment anyways. The Tupperware with, I don't know how to say that word. Boveda is better in some cases because it's tied up. No one cares. I'm just being a jerk. Video idea, weirdest names you call your wife. That would be pretty good. I don't call her anything that, like, is that entertaining? I find it entertaining, but I should just make a list and make it public so that you can try those names on your wife and see how hard she hits you. All right, 153. I got to go at 155. Did you go to college/university? Where did you go? I did not. I was homeschooled till high school, graduated early. I took some college courses at the local junior college for like video, film history, nothing even nothing. No. And I have mixed feelings on college. I think college is great for some people, but not most people. It's just my own thought. Actually, few people I think it's helpful for. And even those, yeah, it's still helpful. If you're going into it doesn't matter. That's not what I'm talking about. What's your favorite show right now? Oh man. All right, I've got some good shows I've been watching lately, but I don't want to talk about them. Then I have to think, and I don't want to have to think. Do lizard people run the U.S. government? Yeah. Not sure what there is to know on trucking. They taught us on an 18-wheeler, and I want to perfect my backing skills, so I'm going to try it. If I don't like it after a while, I will go back. Yeah, you should do this for me. Get into hotshot trucking. Just curious. Any news on Order of Men? Oh, great question. I'm still pursuing, those of you who are still watching, appreciate it. I'm still pursuing Order of Men, and I know I haven't yet. I'm going to wait like a week or two, and then send him. I just actually updated the Suburban Pilgrims YouTube channel with some graphics on the top and a new trailer that is more in line with where the channel is at right now. So I wanted to make a few changes like that, and then, I plan to reach out to him in probably a week or so, and reach out to a bunch of other YouTubers also, and podcasters who are in a similar category as where I'm going with the channel. So thank you. If you guys sent Order of Men any comments or something about trying to get me on his show or podcast, I sincerely appreciate that. That even more than sending me money, which you can of course do. But doing something like that actually takes time is that's a big deal. Really appreciate it. Keep sending it if you keep doing it. I want to get on there. Oh, it's time. All right. Thanks for watching, gang. That's the end. All right. It's time for me to do things. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. How do I shut you off?